Welcome back to Tomorrow's Chip Paper. This week I brought a friend with us, and in the last 7 days there's a new Ibiza final boss, and I'm going to tell you exactly how he's going to make 200 grand this year. There's a zoo in Denmark that wants to feed your pets to its lions, and MPs, they're using VPNs, and it's you and me that's paying for it. And I'm also going to address my hate comments.
It's Tomorrow's Chip Paper.
Kicking things off this week, we've got overnight celebrity Jack K.
Tony Truman's not the Ibiza Boss, I'm the final boss. Jack K, get the nod.
Now, I'm sure he's really lovely, and he's from Newcastle, so just to be safe, I'm going to be extra nice in case I ever bump into him and he smashes my face in. This week he was caught on camera in Ibiza getting his groove on with his now very iconic haircut that resembles basically something out of a Lego movie. Since that clip went viral, he's been home, got a fresh trim, if you can even call it that, and now he's back in Ibiza with his raj looking pals via a private jet. He's even managed to bag himself an agent now. He is represented by Neon Management, which also look after ex-Love Islanders from 3 years ago that you've probably forgotten about, and Joey Essex. So he's in great company there. Now, PR expert Maya Riaz has shed some light on exactly how much he could earn in the next year, and the number is mind-boggling. So let's break it down. He is back in Ibiza now, and he's set to earn between £1,000 and £5,000 per night for every club appearance that he does. He's also scored some free holidays from Booking.com, and he's on a private jet, like I said, right now on his way back to Ibiza. And when he lands back in the UK, he's already set to take part in a Final Boss UK tour, which could bring him in, wait for it, 60 grand. She's perked up at that. But yet he could make most of his money from merchandise. He's already looking to bring out some Lego style looking wigs along with t-shirt, caps and mugs, which according to this PR expert could bring him in 200 grand this year. Maybe with that money he could go and get himself a better trim. And I know that's rich coming from me. Also this week, a zoo in Denmark is asking people to donate food for its animals. Now this isn't unusual. When you go to Tesco, they've got the big kind of basket where you can stick anything you don't want and it goes to food banks. Or when you're in the vet and you've got a dog that's very stuck up and doesn't eat dog food, you can put it all there and it goes to other animals. However, this zoo in Denmark is very different. This zoo is asking for your pets that it'll then donate to its animals to eat. In a post on Facebook, the Aalborg Zoo in Denmark is asking people to donate their pets that will then be gently euthanized before feeding them to the lions. The post quickly became like a battleground amongst Karens. Some were appalled at the concept of euthanizing healthy pets for food, and there was others that applauded the zoo for maintaining a practical supply of food for its animals. The Aalborg Zoo has since come out and said that dogs and cats are exempt from this program, but donatable animals are limited to chickens, rabbits, guinea pigs, and horses. So at least now they've cleared up that you cannot take your dog there to get ate by a lion, which is a shame because I had a one-way ticket to Denmark lined up for someone. Yes, I'm talking about you. I suppose that puts the whole phrase of horses for courses in a totally new light, because some lions are going to be eating horses for starters, mains, and desserts. Next up this week, we're going to talk about VPNs. They are now topping the app download charts all across the country after the age verification laws kicked in last week. And MPs have been talking about how using these VPNs can put children at risk because they can easily skip the age verification process on certain websites. MPs have also said that they pose a risk to older people who are more susceptible to scams and phishing. And in this week's instalment of MPs completely contradicting themselves, can you guess what MPs are using as well? Business Secretary Jonathan Reynolds paid for a 2-year subscription to NordVPN, and when I say he paid for the subscription, what I actually mean is he expensed it, so you and I are paying for it. And I'm sure it'll come out that even more MPs are using VPNs, but when they get grilled about it, they'll just say they're using it for research purposes. Also this week, an ex-Disney princess has spoken out about the only time she's ever refused a photo with a fan. Whenever you're ready, Myla. Finished? Great. So this happened years ago, but Katrina, who was 19 at the time and playing the role of Rapunzel at Disney World, has spoken out about it. Katrina was approached by a middle-aged man at Disney World who asked if he could show her his Disney tattoos. Obviously intrigued, she said yes. He then revealed his tattoos, which were all of the Disney princesses without the clothes on. The princess perv then started asking all of the princesses for a hug, to which they obviously said no. He was then told that he had to cover up his explicit tattoos of basically children's characters, or he'd be escorted off the premises. Weird bloke, terrible tattoo choices, still somehow not as bad as having a lion, a rose or a clock tattooed on your body. Also this week, big shout out to my number one fan, Liam JSY39, who last week commented on one of my TikToks saying, "Will any wannabe?" Now I'm from Newcastle, I've got a slightly odd shaped head, I've got a sausage dog, I've started a weekly pop culture news show that is in no way inspired by This Week on the Internet. These are all pure coincidences, I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, Will. Bit of a shorter video this week as there wasn't really anything going on. I'm off to get a bowl cut and head off to Ibiza. Myla's never going to come back again. Thank you, goodbye.